Just gonna give it a minute till everyone gets the opportunity to join the live session. Okay, let's get started. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining me today. My name is Shafe, and I work in the business development team here at Parallels. I'm here to discuss something that's on top of mind for many IT professionals, and that is the complexity and modernization of legacy VDI. More importantly, in today's workshop, I love to explore how Parallels provides a better alternative that doesn't compromise on capability and performance. Having said that, I'd like to highlight the topic of today's discussion, which is modernizing legacy VDI and why 2026 is the perfect time to upgrade to Parallels RAS. Before we get into the product and technology side of things, let me give you a quick overview of what we'll be covering today. We're going to walk through some key topics that I think you'll find both relevant and practical, especially if you're navigating the challenges of remote or hybrid environments. First, we'll talk about the rise of hybrid work and how it's reshaping the expectations of IT infrastructure and end user experience. Secondly, we'll talk about the common challenges faced by Citrix and legacy VDI users, from complexity and cost to flexibility and scalability. Then we'll talk about what makes Parallels RAS different and how we help simplify virtual app and desktop delivery without compromising on security, performance, or control. I will then give you a clear breakdown of the Parallels RAS architecture to show you how everything fits together and why it matters. And I'll follow that up with a live demo to see it all in action. Also, please feel free to pop in your questions in the live chat. My colleague Tasneem will reach out and get back to you. My goal today is to give you a solid understanding of how Parallels can fit into your infrastructure and maybe even rethink how you approach application and desktop delivery altogether. Okay, let's get started. So when it comes to infrastructure, customers today are surrounded by a lot of choices, each with its own benefits and challenges. First, there's on-premises or on-prem. It gives you full control over your data and predictable costs, but scaling can be inefficient and expensive. Then there's cloud. It allows you to scale easily and access the latest technologies, but it can come with vendor lock-in and managing costs can be a bit tricky. Some organizations choose multi-cloud. This approach avoids vendor lock-in and gives you flexibility, but it can also be a bit complex to manage. And finally, there's a hybrid. It's a combination of on-prem and cloud. It offers scale, access, and cost predictability, but can sometimes feel inconsistent for users. The point is, there's no one-size-fits-all solution. Every approach comes with trade-offs. That's why flexibility and choice are key. And that's why our solutions at Parallels are designed to meet you wherever you are, whether on-prem, in the cloud, or somewhere in between. Okay, so this is an interesting slide. So today, hybrid isn't just about where employees work. It's also about where your workloads live. With apps spread across on-prem, private, and public clouds, seamless access is key. Our team at Parallels conducted a state of cloud computing survey in 2025, engaging 600 IT professionals around the world to better understand where organizations are in their cloud journey and where they're headed next. One of the most striking insights was that security is top of mind. A full 88% of respondents said their organization plans to increase their security budget in the next year, with nearly half aiming for a significant increase. Another key trend that we are seeing is a shift away from public cloud. 86% of those surveyed are either considering or actively planning to move workloads off the public cloud. Within that group, 27% are leaning towards a hybrid cloud model, while 14% are planning to move fully on-prem. When asked where their workloads currently live, 50% said they use multi-cloud environments, and 32% are running a hybrid setup that combines cloud with on-prem resources. And finally, remote work continues to be a major driver, with 85% of organizations still supporting some level of remote work. All of this is why 2026 is such a critical moment. Many organizations are reaching a breaking point where legacy VDI platforms no longer align with how infrastructure, budgets, and users operate today. Rising costs, increasing security pressure, and more distributed workloads mean the old models simply aren't sustainable long-term. And that brings us to talk about our solutions at Parallels. Okay, so let's talk a bit about the solutions in our portfolio. I'm sure many of you who know Parallels are familiar with Parallels Desktop. It's what lets you run Windows seamlessly on a Mac device. It's a favorite among developers, gamers, and anyone who prefers Windows but wants to use a MacBook. But today, we're here to talk about something different, Parallels RAS. In a nutshell, Parallels RAS, or Parallels Remote Application Server, is a streamlined virtualization solution for delivering apps or desktops, whether you're running on-prem, in the cloud, or a hybrid setup. It offers the flexibility to integrate with your existing infrastructure, including AVD, while giving you a unified management experience across all environments. This flexibility is what makes a big difference for organizations looking for a simpler, more cost-effective alternative. To mention some of our other solutions, there's Parallels DAS, our cloud-native desktop as a service solution. It's built for organizations that want to provide secure, flexible access to desktops without dealing with the headaches of complex deployments. And because security is always a priority, we also offer two key security-focused products. First is the Parallels Secure Workspace, which is a unified workspace solution. It gives users a secure way to access applications and data through any HTML5 browser. No VPN required. Meanwhile, Parallels Browser Isolation acts as a secure cloud-native gateway in front of SaaS applications and identity providers, adding an extra layer of protection. At the end of the day, our goal is simple: to give organizations the freedom to work the way they want without compromising security or usability. Okay, so as you can see here, Parallels has been named a visionary in the 2025 Gartner Magic Quadrant for desktop as a service, or Parallels DaaS, as I mentioned in the slide before. And this is the second year in a row we've received that recognition. What that tells us, and more importantly, what it tells customers, is that Gartner sees Parallels as a company with a clear direction for where digital workspace and DaaS are heading, not just where they've been. It's also worth noting that this recognition comes in a market with very large, well-established players. Parallels stands out by offering a more flexible and approachable way to deliver desktops and applications without forcing customers into one deployment model or one way of working. Okay, another interesting graph here. Coming back to the recent survey on the state of cloud computing, we noticed a significant transformation in the EUC landscape. As organizations grapple with high costs and outdated VDI systems, 63% are evaluating new VDI or DaaS solutions, with 94% aiming to deploy a new platform within the year. The results point to a clear trend. Complexity, cost, and manageability remain major pain points. Respondents ranked the following issues as their top concerns: increased licensing costs, followed by performance and reliability issues, support-related issues, a lack of centralized control and integration with existing technologies, and then other reasons being that the traditional VDI solutions are just too complex to manage by mid-sized teams. In contrast, Parallels RAS keeps things simple and cost-effective. We'll go into exactly how in a bit. Okay, so let's take a moment to compare Citrix and Parallels side by side, especially when it comes to cost, complexity, and flexibility. Starting with licensing, Citrix requires a universal license just to enable hybrid environments. In contrast, Parallels simplifies this with just one license that supports hybrid use out of the box. When it comes to integration with Azure Virtual Desktop, Citrix replaces the AVD control plane, introducing another layer of complexity, while Parallels integrates natively, meaning less disruption and faster setup. Citrix also pressures customers to migrate to Citrix Cloud, while Parallels give you complete freedom to manage your solutions anywhere, on-prem, hybrid, or public cloud. You stay in control. Also, with Parallels, one license covers concurrent users across any location, no changes needed. And that's an important point. And now to just talk about cost, Citrix has a premium base license, while Parallels is significantly more cost effective, which makes a real difference when scaling. And while Citrix training can be expensive and time consuming, Parallels offers a simple training path with free resources available online for your team. Finally, Citrix often involves a complex mix of components to manage and maintain, whereas Parallels keeps it streamlined. Few components, easier maintenance, and less stress on your IT team. So if you're looking for a simpler, more flexible, and cost-effective solution, Parallels RAS is perfect for you. So amidst all the complexities, this is what Parallels RAS brings to the table. Simplicity. RAS is designed for ease of use, particularly in hybrid environments, whether your workload runs on AVD, on-prem, AWS, VMware, or Nutanix. The deployment and management experience remains consistent. Provisioning resources in AVD feels just like deploying on-prem, no additional training or steep learning curves required. Let's talk about flexibility. So Parallels RAS adapts to your existing infrastructure with minimal disruption. It's intuitive. Wizard Guiding Console handles the complexities behind the scenes, allowing your team to manage diverse environments with ease. The cost effectiveness of Parallels RAS provides a more affordable alternative to traditional VDI solutions like Citrix, as we mentioned in the previous slide. With a singular concurrent subscription model and a lower total cost of ownership, it's easy to see the financial benefits and cost savings firsthand. UX or user experience, no matter what device or operating system your users prefer, Windows, Mac OS, Linux, or a browser, Parallels RAS delivers a consistent, responsive experience. Users can securely access applications and desktops through native clients or HTML5 browsers, ensuring seamless performance across all platforms without extra configuration or client dependencies. And security is not an add-on, it's fundamental to our solution. Built-in security features like MFA and SSO protect your data, users, and infrastructure at every level. From access policies to secure gateways, our platform is designed with enterprise-grade protection in mind, so your environment stays secure without sacrificing usability. Okay, this is also an interesting slide with two icebergs. I'm sure you guys have seen this a lot. So let's take a closer look at the total cost of ownership when comparing traditional VDI solutions like Citrix with Parallels RAS. At first glance, the visible costs like base licensing fees, annual support, contracts, and initial software purchases may seem similar. However, as we dive deeper, the differences become clear. On the left, we see Citrix. The visible costs are only the tip of the iceberg. Beneath the surface lies a substantial portion of hidden costs. Specialized training, multiple management consoles, extended implementation time, complexity management, and additional components. These unseen factors significantly increase total ownership costs and often require specialized IT skills to manage effectively. Whereas on the right, we see Parallels RAS. Not only is the visible cost lower with a single licensing model, but the hidden costs are minimal. Parallels RAS provides a simple setup, a unified management console, minimal training requirements, and an all-inclusive feature set. This streamlined approach drastically reduces administrative overhead, system complexity, and infrastructure requirements. In short, Parallels RAS doesn't just offer a lower upfront cost, it reduces the hidden ongoing costs that often surprise organizations using traditional VDI solutions. The result is a more cost-effective, efficient, and easy to manage solution for your virtual desktop and application needs. Okay, this is just a transition slide. In this section, we're going to continue the discussion of the architectural components and concepts of Parallels RAS. So let's just dive right into it. So the core strength of Parallels RAS is in its simple, flexible, and scalable architecture. Whether you're deploying on-prem, in the cloud, or using a hybrid setup, Parallels RAS makes it incredibly easy to manage and deliver remote applications and desktops. It's built to ensure high performance, strong security, and a smooth user experience. One of the best parts is that you can access RAS from almost any device, whether it's Windows, Mac OS, Android, or iOS. And we offer both options, a lightweight client for full functionality or a fully browser-based HTML5 experience for those who prefer not to install anything. At the heart of it all, Parallels RAS brings a powerful set of features. A built-in user portal for easy access to your apps and desktops. Load balancing and secure access for consistent performance. Single and multi-tenancy support, making it ideal for both SMBs and large enterprises. Out-of-the-box integration with Microsoft Azure, AVD, and AWS. Support for SAML-based single sign-on for added security and convenience. Tools for auditing, monitoring, and reporting, giving IT full visibility, and of course, a centralized management portal to simplify admin tasks. Flexible app and desktop delivery. Basically, Parallels RAS is all about flexibility. It supports a variety of deployment models so you can tailor it to your business needs. Just to mention a few examples, RDSH, it's perfect for multi-user access, remote PC, secure access to physical desktops from anywhere. VDI, delivering dedicated Windows 10 or 11 desktops. AVD integration for cloud-based multi-session environments, and even legacy or local apps, which can run right alongside hosted apps seamlessly. So no matter what your environment, on-prem, cloud, or a mix of both, Parallels RAS gives you the control and flexibility to deliver resources your way without compromising on ease of management or performance. Okay, so here's a quick look at some of the partners we collaborate with across the EUC space. Parallels is tightly connected with a wide ecosystem. This means better integration, stronger support, and ultimately more choice for you and your customers. As you can see here, there's a huge list of companies. You can see VMware, Microsoft Azure Virtual Desktop, Nutanix, Apple, Amazon. So just to give you an idea. And additionally, this principle extends to the client experience. Throughout this presentation, we've discussed our range of clients: Windows, iOS, macOS, Android, Linux, and HTML5. As you can see on the screen, we've logged in and the interface displays various resources assigned to us based on group memberships or other conditions. We can access published applications, desktops, and folders seamlessly. From the user's perspective, they interact with a single client that aggregates resources, regardless of their origins. Behind the scenes, these resources may come from different locations and providers. For instance, the highlighted resource here are sourced from Azure Virtual Desktop, while others might originate from an on-premises Hyper-V environment or a hosted Nutanix setup. We want you, the user, to have the power of choice. Okay, perfect. We've reached the demo part of this workshop. So let me run you through what we've seen so far through a practical demo of Parallels RAS. Okay, perfect. So you can see here my credentials are already in, so I'm just going to sign in. And here is our main page. So as you can see, there are a lot of use cases for Parallels RAS, but this demo will focus primarily on three main use cases: application use case, a desktop virtualization use case, and an admin management setup or use case as well. So let's just start with the applications. So as you can see, we have a lot of applications here that we can go through. Let's start off with Notepad. There you go. just opens right away. Let me write something here. There you go. As you can see, there's no lag. It's smooth. I'm using a MacBook for reference, and this is as you can tell, it's a Windows application. Give us something else. Parallels RAS. There you go. Let's open this again. Home bank. We can definitely give home bank a shot. Create a new file. Next. Let's put my name here. There you go. Home bank is it's a legacy app, and you can put it on cloud via RAS as well. A lot of accounting people still use home bank. So that's just a quick demo of that. I don't need to save this. Close. We can open a more graphically intensive app like Krita and see how that works. There you go, new file. Yes, create. Pick a pen here, bring this up. Do my best at a decent attempt at a smiley face. There you go. As you can see, it's smooth. There's no lag. It's all real time, and it's perfect, to be honest. So there you go. Don't want to save my masterpiece. That's okay. Next, so that was just the application use case. Now I'll show you a more desktop virtualization use case. So we'll go to the session-based VDI, which will open a new tab, and I'll share that with you just now. So as you can see here, I'm using a MacBook, but this is a Windows setup on a Mac, and it's all seamless. Let's open Google Chrome, for example. There you go, it opens right away. We can go to parallels.com. Again, seamless, smooth, no lag, no issues at all. Parallels RAS, this is what we're talking about. So again, everything works smooth, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me afterwards, and we can go through the demo with the sales engineer as well, with the pre-sales engineer. Okay, let me go back to this tab again and just show you the final use case that we're going to go through together at this workshop, which is the Parallels Remote Application Server Console, which is basically the admin management use case. So as you can see, this is a start page, and it just opens up. Again, this is a bit too technical for me, so I'll just go over some of the main points. And then if you guys want to dive in depth, we can definitely book something after this call and get a few of the pre-sales engineers on call and discuss this together. So as you can see, we have all the essentials here. Farm, sessions, just shows you how many people have logged on. As you can see here, who's using the session. Load balancing, publishing. Let's give it a second. There we go. We can even do a quick demo here and try to publish an application where we just go. So let me just walk that through again. Just give it a second. Let me come back to this. Connect. We're going to install an application. Yeah, that all looks good. It's just going to take a second to load. There we go. Let's install Zoom. Zoom Workplace. Enabled. Next. And it's published. We'll exit out of this and we'll go back to the session-based VDI. I'll share this tab with you again. Loads up, and then as you can see, Zoom Workplace is right here. I'm just going to take some time to load. Let's see if this works now. There you go. Zoom Workplace has been published, and you can use it on this on your session-based VDI. And there we go. Let's go back to this again. There are a bunch of other options here. As you can see, quick keypad, universal printing, universal scanning, connection. Again, they're very technical terms. And like I said, love to dive deeper. If you want to book a quick meeting with us and our specialists, please feel free. Let's go back to our presentation. So that was the quick demo of Parallels RAS. And just to summarize, RAS is designed to make application and desktop delivery simpler and more affordable. We keep licensing straightforward. You pay only for concurrent users. There are no hidden costs for support or upgrades. And you don't have to make trade-offs between different delivery models. Whether you're using session-based desktops, VDI, or both, it's all included. What really matters is how easy it is to run. RAS simplifies enterprise-grade capabilities like load balancing, fault tolerance, secure access, printing and scanning, and even auto-scaling without requiring heavy administration. You can deploy it on premises, in the cloud, or in a hybrid setup, depending on what works best for your environment. And for end users, the experience is clean and consistent. They can access their apps and desktops from almost any device through a full client, mobile access, or even a browser, and just get on with their work. So, tying it back to the title of this workshop, why does this matter right now, and why 2026? Well, because this is the point where several forces are converging. Licensing changes, infrastructure sprawl, increased security demands, and ongoing hybrid work requirements. Organizations are being asked to do more with leaner IT teams and tighter budgets. That makes simplicity, predictability, and flexibility no longer nice to have. They're essential. And that's really what Parallels RAS is about. Simplifying delivery while improving the experience for both IT and end users. Okay, so what's next? And if you're thinking, hey, this could work for us, but I'd love to talk it through, then let's do that. Our team would love to connect and help you explore what's possible. Also, I've got some cool resources to help you learn more. There's a Parallels migration tool for Citrix. This is a great way to understand what moving from Citrix to Parallels might look like. It's practical and easy to follow. There's also a Tech Bytes video series. If you prefer short, focused video content, Tech Bytes covers key RAS features, migration steps, comparisons, and new updates. It's a great resource whether you're learning or looking for materials to share with colleagues or customers. I'll put all the links in the chat below. And thanks again for spending your time with us today. And I look forward to keeping in touch. And just as a final note, thank you all for your participation. And thank you for hosting this webinar with me, Tasneem. We've come to the end of our discussion. I hope you have enjoyed what was presented. If you have any further questions or require additional assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. And that was the workshop. I hope I get to talk to a few of you and we can see where this goes. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day. Thanks.